It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Scott Barth from Thrivent Financial, one of our sponsoring organizations. Scott began his career with Thrivent Financial in 1991 and is now a managing partner. He believes in building strong relationships, putting members' needs first. We always love that. And providing his team with the support and guidance they need to succeed. I love this. Under Scott's leadership, this region embodies a set of values that continues to lead to proven success, and those values are purpose, excellence, community, integrity, and fun. I love that one of your core values is fun, and we know if you can get the Lutherans to loosen up and have fun, you're doing a great job. So I just have to say, as a pastor whose congregation makes significant use of the Thrivent Choice, or the Thrivent Action Teams as well, it's really a pleasure for me to introduce Scott Barth.
Thanks, Matthew, and I just appreciate 10 minutes. It's great to be with you today. On the cover of your piece is the word community, and one of the core values that we represent in Thrivent, Wisconsin, is also community, and I like to use it in terms of a community of collaborative relationships, coming together collaboratively to do more and to be better. And I was just asking Pastor Jeske, I know I came to this several years back, and he was sharing with me that there was about 50 people in the room 7-8 years ago. So my first message today is just one of thanks. To walk in here today and see hundreds of people collaborating in community is really encouraging. So I would love to have you, in the spirit of fun, kind of give your neighbor a little round of applause for that. That's awesome. And then I've got two special people on my team. I want to recognize Jeff John Pierre, who represents our community engagement here in Waukesha. Jeff is here. Welcome. And then Jenny Childs, our manager of community engagement, is down from Eau Claire today. So thank you for being here. So in my time, I'm going to have you just draw 3 pictures, and I'm going to tell a little bit about Thrivent quick. And so if you have your pen and paper handy, the first picture is just simply draw a line across the page left to right. And on the left side, I want you to write, make it happen. And on the right side end of the line, write, wonder what happened. And so when I think about change, the words engage and impact are the 2 words I like to think about in times of change. And when you look at that continuum of the leaders, that's you in the room. You're here today because you're trying to make it happen and serve more and grow. And then there's a contingency on the opposite end of that line, and they're always wondering what happened. Am I speaking to you, brothers and sisters? You got it? So as I think of my 26-year journey at Thrivent, I joined in 1991 an organization called Lutheran Brotherhood, and it was 10 years later, 2001, there was a big announcement that Lutheran Brotherhood was going to now partner up with Aid Association for Lutherans. Heaven forbid an ELCA and a Missouri Synod and a Wisconsin Synod kind of people could ever community together. This is the end of these 2 companies. And here we stand 15 years later, and the organization's had record growth. Last 8 years in a row, membership growth is going absolutely extremely well. And then 3 years ago, we changed our common bond from Lutheran to Christian, and now offering our membership benefits to people of Christian. And again, in that continuum, there's still people that come up to me and say, do you still have those napkins? It's like, whoa, you're on the wonder what happened side, aren't you? So I still get questions a lot in the Lutheran community on what happened? What's this whole Christian thing about? And just to reset that, we have 2.2 million customers or members of Thrivent Financial, and we took this to vote and said, would you be open to us changing our common bond from Lutheran to Christian? And 76% of them responded yes. Yes. And people are saying, oh, it's because the Lutheran church is shrinking and dying, and no way. You guys are doing an amazing job, and the Lutheran faith goes on. Our purpose was because of legacy. Our Lutheran member, who's starting to look more like me, that gray-haired person over the age of 60, they're looking at their kids who are not necessarily mainline Lutheran, and they want their kids to have the opportunity to be a part of our organization. And so this vote was primarily for the purpose of legacy for families to have the Thrivent membership moving forward. So the second thing I'm going to have you draw from left to right, draw a cross, and then next to that, draw a dollar sign, and then next to that, draw a heart, and then next to that, draw a smiley face. For all you poor artists like me, this is simple. So a cross on the left, then a dollar sign, then a heart, and then a smiley face. And this is the Thrivent story. This is the mission of our organization. It's helping Christian people be wise with their money and inspiring them to be generous so we can make an amazing impact on their families and their communities. It's such a great thing, helping Christian people be wise with their money and inspiring them to be generous to make an amazing impact on their families and their communities. That's our story. That's our story today, if you haven't seen that recently. And in your packet, I know we sent you, or we put a front piece in here that looks like this. And if you want to just pull that out quick, I'm going to reference a couple of things. Because as a leader in an organization or a Lutheran organization, you're wondering, how do we partner? How do we walk together? What's Thrivent doing today? These 4 boxes at the front page kind of represent our current opportunities to, I call, walk together. That's strengthen institutions. We continue to work together with our Lutheran institutions on loan programs and different ways to partner. On the back, you'll see some of the specifics. I appreciate the mention of automatic giving. That's one of our key programs. And then on the upper right, you see the connecting faith and finances. We talk to our members a lot, and 2 out of 3 of them tell us they like to come to something to learn more. Educate me on what's happening. The financial world can be confusing, and so we have lots of offerings which are also specifically marked on the back. And is there an opportunity for your organization to think about people who are getting married in our Me to We workshop, people who have children from our We to 3 workshop, people who are having aging parents and what challenges of aging parents, planning for retirement, retiring wisely, Social Security, all the workshops ingrained in some pretty biblical principles around money. Spend less than you make, manage your risks, save for the future, give generously of your time, talents, and treasures. You'll find those themes in there. And then the bottom blue and green box is really equipping people to serve and grow. And if you were part of our organization 30 years ago and you're a Lutheran leader, you're wondering where the money train stopped. Because we were like a granting organization. Pastor Jeske eloquently calls it a Lutheran ATM. If you had the right code, cash just came out to you. And we completely restructured our model so that the membership would have the opportunity to live generously through a variety of ways. So our current programs are action teams. Every member of Thrivent gets $500 of action teams per year. Per year, huge program. And each individual person has a chance to give where they want to. Builds, we're still very involved with our Habitat partnership with Thrivent Builds. And then also the C for Thrivent Choice. So depending upon membership levels, people can direct between $25,000 and $5,000 a year to whatever 501c3 they want. And so our ABCs have come together in a way where the membership is now directing to 501c3s instead of it being a Lutheran ATM machine, for those of you who are still on the wonder what happened part of the pendulum. So we're excited about that. The interesting opportunity for you is we are going to make $13 million of impact in Wisconsin this year on those programs. $13 million. And we're going to double that in the next 7 years. I'm inspired by the good organizations can double it in 7 years. I've got a new goal today, so thank you for the leadership on the stage. So thinking about how is your organization partnering with what's happening at Thrivent, and is there an opportunity there? The last thing I'm going to leave you with is 4 words. And I'm going to have you write them on your paper left to right. And on the first, the left word is struggling. The next word to the right of that would be stable. The third word would be secure. And then the fourth word would be surplus. So struggling, stable, secure, and surplus. If you have Thrivent for a while, we're going to be on an initiative to reintroduce a bunch of organizations to Thrivent in 2017. But our job is to take people on this journey of money. And financially, how much you have and how much you make has very little to do with how you feel. And we've come to those 4 words, and we've had leaders tell us these words are awesome for our stewardship campaign, for our church and just the culture of our congregation, for marriages, for relationships with kids. We want it to, in Thrivent's world, to be about how are they feeling about their journey with money and finances. And so if that's helpful today as part of your journey and your leadership, we would leave that nugget with you. So that's where I wanted to share those big messages with you today about the line of making it happen, and again saying thank you for your leadership and being here today and investing in this incredible conference. I'm inspired and motivated, and I know we're going to break, and it's afternoon of a long day. And one of my values is fun, and one of the things I like to do, which really rocks a hotel. Anybody here a Packer fan? Yeah, I am a Minnesota Viking fan, but it doesn't matter because we're all together now. We're in the same division. We support each other. Now, hey, you guys cut it out. I'm a fan. So over here, when I point, you're going to yell go as loud as you can. We're going to break, so just yell go. In the middle, you yell pack. And over here, you yell go. I'll go boom, boom, boom. Go, pack, go. Everyone in the hotel is going to wonder what is going on down there. So you're Lutherans, so I know you're nervous about this. Tell your neighbor right now, we're going to yell. Tell them. Get committed. Ready? Go, pack, go. When I point, ready? Over here, ready? Go, pack, go. Okay, good warm-up. Now, we're going to let it happen one more time. Rip it up. Ready? Here you go. Last chance. Go, pack, go. Awesome. Hey, God's peace on your day. Thanks for being with you guys.
Thank you very much.